This is a game from Red Fred. I don't know how long it is. I'm not expecting it to be incredibly long. I mean, it is it's not a full price title. It is like a budget title. I think you can get it at like $20 or $22 or something on Steam and GOG at the moment. I think it's with like a 10% discount. I think it's $25 is the normal price. So it's not like a full price game. So I'm probably maybe about 4 hours. Maybe if we're lucky, we can get through it. Knowing how I like to explore everything. You know, a game that would normally take someone 4 hours, you put an extra hour on for the bard because he likes to look in every little corner, right? I've been looking forward to this since they tweeted out and announced it last year sometime, and let's do it. Let's do it. It should be good. I've had a lot of good games coming out of Scandinavia, so lots of good titles coming out of Scandinavia. Day one.
The water's cold.
It's a fjord. You're not going swimming.
Boo. You're such a wet blanket, teddy bear.
You know I don't like it when you call me...
Edward Charles Harden, Esquire.
Will you promise to behave on land?
Don't I always?
Lissy, promise.
Oh, piffle and phonus balonus, Teddy. You ought to know better than to ask. Yes, I'll behave. I'll be a proper young lady. I shan't run or climb things or laugh too loud or call anyone old bean. Aside from you. So, do you think we'll find your Betty in, what did you call this village? Gravewick?
Edward wanders yet again
Gravewick?
to Elizabeth's remote place. Edward knows in his heart his sister is here.
She's there.
How can you know for sure?
She's my sister.
But how can you know?
I just do. In her letter, she wrote about...
But that's months ago.
Yeah, I think I believe he's the lead writer, Shantucky, that wrote all of those titles, I believe. I believe he's the lead writer.
She could have gone anywhere.
Without writing or telegraphing her editor in New York, she wouldn't do that. Betty's...
The cat's pajamas, the bee's knees, little Miss Perfect.
Alice, you're talking about my sister.
Fine. I'm sorry. Elizabeth Sidarb. We all love her dearly. And Teddy Bear.
Hang on, the voice levels are really low. Let's put the subs on. The voice levels are really... I don't know, I mean, they're really quiet, right? Compared to everything else. Everything's up as much as it can. I can't push them up anymore. Let's switch the subs on. On plus character names, adds the name of the person talking. We ain't got to worry about that. And stacked, what does that mean? I guess they're going to put them on top of each other.
Word. We will find her. Betty's fine. Why, we'll see her as soon as we get to shore. She'll shower you with kisses and berate you for coming all this way from Hanover, Massachusetts to the middle of absolutely nowhere Scandinavia way just to chase her down. Everything will be Jake, old fruit. Is that it? Is that Groovewoke? It looks so peaceful and beautiful and so desolate. Like a place built for ghosts.
Finally. I don't think I could do this for much longer.
Can't you row any faster? I'm getting frightfully bored.
How about you take over, Alice?
You slay me, Teddy, old bean. Was that thunder?
Still distant. The boat will be in safe harbor by the time the weather arrives.
And what
so
you
you
say?
say. But I say put your back into it, because we're sitting ducks out here. Quack, quack.
As soon as we get control for us to turn, we'll take a look.
It's so quiet. Where is everyone?
Probably working. I know it's a foreign concept to you, but that's something normal people do.
Hardy har har.
The Fretland farm is up the hill somewhere.
Up where?
Huh.
I believe it's that farmhouse, all the way at the top.
Hot dog! Let's ankle!
Hold on. Let me read the letter from Mrs. Fretland first.
I'll meet you up there, old sport. I want to explore. Last one's a skunk's tail.
Wait. The ground's muddy. It's easy to slip and fall. Walk slowly and watch out for...
Don't be a wet blanket. A little mud never hurt anyone.
Fine. Just
She's got
stay
feet.
close.
As long as you keep up with me.
We go. We haven't got feet. Alright, so let's have a look. So, subtitle language. I mean, the text language we've got. You can flash subtitles in English, German, Spanish, French. I guess that's is it Chinese or Japanese, Norwegian, Russian, and yeah. So Chinese, Japanese, Russian, Norwegian, French, Spanish, German. There's only one language of the audio though. So the audio is only English, but you can have subs in multiple languages, including Norwegian. It makes sense that you got Norwegian subtitles, being as they're Norwegian developers, right? With it being like a Norwegian team, right?
Dear Mr. Harden, we would like to extend an invitation to visit our home. Troubled to hear of your sister's disappearance. No news to share. You'll find our farm on top of the hill. I hope I got that right. Look forward to seeing you here in October. Yours faithfully, Anna Fretland. Well, I'm here. Where are you? Did you make it to Grovik, Betty? And why did you pick this forlorn hole under the mountains? Also sprach Zarathustra.
Alright, looks like your granny's.
I'm almost there.
On my way. Righto. Step to it, teddy bear. Alice!
I'm up at the farm.
Alright. The F tells you where she is. We can't just go on, we gotta look around. Hang on. Hang on. Right, interact. J for journal. Okay, we got a journal. Oh, not yet. I wanted to read the letter properly. I mean, when he looked over the letter, he read about 3 lines of it. I was going to actually read the letter. All of it, but we didn't get that opportunity. Fretland Mining Company, 1897. It does look good. I mean, the visuals are... I don't know if... I would like to guess, looking around, I would like to guess... I'd like to guess... It's made in Unreal Engine, but I can't say 100% for sure. FFG 57! 5 months. Another month of the weird and the wonderful. Well, thank you, FFG. This is probably not going to be that weird, I would imagine. But I'm expecting it to be good. I'm hoping it's going to be really cool.
Just stick to the path and you'll find me.
Well, we're not in a rush, Lizzie. You might be in a hurry. Not me. Nicholas Bolton. Although we'll probably have plenty of time to look around this place later, right? Like a train track. Draugen. We'll start wondering where she is rather than going too far out of the way. We'll have a look around later. I'm sure we'll get the opportunity to explore a bit more. The soundtrack is good! Yeah, I mean the soundtrack is... The guy that made the music for this made the music for like Dreamfall Chapters and some other games from Red Fred. I mean, he's very, very good. Frederick Freeland and Son. Now, unfortunately, I don't read Norwegian, so I can't read what these signs say. But if you are Norwegian, you would be able to read it. I'm just like, for us, the time would be able to read those signs. I can't. Odin's, was that Odin's milk? Odin's? Was it Odin's milk? Oh my. Oh, no. Closed, I guess, a little X. Memorability of something, the first one? I think she's up there, isn't she? There's a rock. Rest. I'm resting. We've walked about, I don't know, 20 steps.
Are you coming?
Just taking a break.
Hurry up! Storm's getting closer.
Any Swedish you got from watching Jim Henderson Puppets? Lol. Yeah. I mean, outside of English, the only language, I think I did 1 year of Spanish. And then we moved. Like my folks moved when I was in school. The first year of like a senior or secondary school, we did Spanish. Then they moved, and the new school we went to was teaching French. So I had 1 year of Spanish, 1 year of French, and that's about the extent of my foreign languages. Oh, look, we're an old man. Let's rest every time together. Because this bag is heavy. And it's, besides, it's very good looking scenery. Just sit there and check it out. Now you forgot, I mean, I remember, I probably know little bits and pieces. I mean, you know, very little bits and pieces. So like every 30 feet or so, there's a rock or a bench to rest on. Oh, that's so tiring. No habla francés.
Edward Charles Hard. I'm waiting for you.
Where are you, Lissy?
I'm waiting for you at the farm. Teddy, this way.
We're coming. Just chill, woman. We are not in a hurry, right? Totally not in a hurry. Oh, look, he's starting to heavy breathe. Have another rest. It's the hill. It's because we're going uphill as well, right? That kind of makes it so much worse. I wonder what's in this bag though, because he's really, really struggling. Simon Paul. Yeah, Simon Paul is that's the composer. He did the music for like Tuneful Chapters, which was great. I think these days, FFG, you get a lot more. There's a lot more choice of languages when you're at school these days. I know when I was in school, the schools normally would have one primary language it would teach other than English, and if you took languages, you had to learn that one language because that's the only one they had. Nowadays, I'm sure there's a bit more. You have a bit more choice there, right? I don't know.
Seriously?
You're not the one carrying a suitcase.
What took you so long?
I'm not 17.
Nor are you 70. Put some spring into your step, old sport.
Did you see the flag?
It's at half-mast. Someone died.
So this is it, huh? Nice digs. But seriously, where is everyone?
Fishing, there was no sign of people out on the
This is
fjord,
starting to creep me out.
but he was focused on keeping the oars in the water. He finds silence odd, but these are
Must be
hard-working
some-
people with busy lives, or
Can't all
weather's
have
getting worse. Edward
vanished.
thinks it wouldn't surprise me if villages have sought shelter. Don't know.
Perhaps everyone's indoors. The rain's picking up.
You first, old bean.
Go.
Hello? Anyone there? Mr. Fretland? Mrs. Fretland? This is Edward Charles Harden, the American. We've exchanged letters.
Maybe they went on holiday and left the door open. Give it a shake and a rattle.
I can't just barge into their home.
It's not a crime if you're invited.
That's right. It's not a crime if you're invited, right?
I'm coming in. This is Mr. Harden. Hello? Is anyone home?
This house is as empty as a bird's nest in December. Hey, you want to check out the upstairs?
There's no light coming from upstairs, and the house is clearly empty. Edward already feels uneasy about intruding the host's privacy. What do you want?
I'm a guest. Why would I start poking around every corner of the house?
I don't know. Maybe they're playing hide and go seek. Well,
I don't
I
think
didn't want
so.
to go upstairs anyway. It's creepy.
There must be a sitting room on this floor.
Let's try and lift.
Oh, this is nice. Charmingly rustic. The Boston Beaumont would pay a pretty penny for this setup. I thought foreigners lived differently. This is almost like an American home.
People are people wherever you go.
Thanks, Proust. Look! Family pictures. They must be the, what did you call them?
You turn a light on, man.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
A burnt book.
What are you looking at there?
A book.
Strange place for a book. Unless it was a terrible book that deserved a good burning. What's the title?
The cover's charred. Christmas 1922. To Ruth. From Simon. Why would someone burn this?
Like I said, maybe it was a terrible book. Is Simon one of the Freddy Landers?
I don't think so. They only have the one daughter.
The Frettylanders.
Where do you think they've gone?
The Fretlands.
The Fretlands, the Hansons, the Jensens, all of them.
The books are all in English.
Isn't that a bit odd?
Mrs. Fretland is Scottish, though she grew up in Ollesund.
Have you been secretly communicating with Johann's winsome wife, Edward dearest?
Certainly not. She was the one who wrote me, because Mr. Fretland's English
I was
isn't
only
as...
joking. Lighten up, old sport. Don't be such a pill.
Raining. Where's the church?
There's the Stave Church.
Do you think that's where they've all gone? Maybe there's a very popular funeral.
The flag was at half-mast, but no sign of life out there.
Hello, Janice Menace.
Did you hear something?
No.
Must be the wind under the door. Or the churning sea. Or the interminable rain. Or flesh-eating ghouls waiting to pounce.
Alice. Honestly. The Fretlands.
Right. Anna and John?
Johann.
This is honestly not what I'd pictured. They're very presentable. Not at all like turnip farmers.
They're not turnip farmers. That must be Johann Fretland, master of the house.
What makes you think he's the master of anything? It's 1923, Teddy old boy. Women can vote.
Wait, F when Lizzie's nearby to talk. Right.
I'm guessing their daughter is the master of this house. She's cute as a button. I can't wait to meet her. She's guaranteed to be more fun than you. Old Johann's a bit wooden, isn't he? Like someone put a
They're
stick
posing for a
up his
photograph.
rear end. I say, loosen up, Johann. I'm sure you two stiffs will get along famously.
Aye.
Johann went and found himself a delectable bride.
Alice, please.
What can I say? She's a minx.
Anna Fretland is a respectable woman. Her letter was
Okay.
courteous and professional.
Didn't you say she was a city girl? It must have been awfully hard to adjust to life in the sticks. I can relate.
Hanover isn't the sticks.
Says you.
Says you.
Betty might be with the Fretlands, wherever they are.
Wouldn't Anna Fretland have written you?
She might have. We left Hanover a month ago.
There's the letter on the table.
Wait. Is that... Are they... Who's... They're all twins.
Who?
All of them.
That's Johann and Anna Fretland.
There are two of each, Edward. Two of each.
Frederick and Margaret. Twins marrying twins.
My mind's reeling. This is just too adorable.
May 26th, 1899. We'll be celebrating their silver anniversary next year.
Twins marrying twins? I mean, that's not weird at all, is it? Not in the slightest. Let's go look out the window. And we'll read the letter.
You can see the whole village from up here.
Do you want to go sightseeing?
Tomorrow. It's getting late, and the rain's not abating. It's really coming down.
How about a quick run in the rain?
You can't be serious.
You're already a wet blanket, teddy bear. It's not like you'll get any wetter.
Aye. Aye.
Dear Mrs. Fretland, I trust this letter finds you and your husband in good health. I wrote to inform them about when I'd be arriving. So where are they?
Do they even have calendars? Maybe they don't know what day it is.
Despite appearances, we haven't gone back in time. They have calendars. I asked about Elizabeth.
And they hadn't seen her?
Anna... Mrs. Fretland promised she'd write if she heard anything. There wouldn't be many female reporters from New York and Western Norway.
Why would she come here in the first place?
Betty always has her reasons.
Oh. Guess swapping partners was something they could do without anyone suspecting they were being swingers? Probably. Maybe even without their partners even knowing the rest of the town.
The thought of boarding that infernal ocean liner again.
I quite enjoyed it. So much room for exploration and mischief.
So many opportunities for seasickness and claustrophobia.
Don't be a Debbie Downer. I'm sure your tummy will be better behaved on the return voyage. And you'll be craving enclosed spaces after a week in this wide open wilderness.
Home feels very far away.
Are we feeling melancholy again?
I've never been this far from Hanover.
It's about time we got you out of that dreary old house, teddy bear.
The flag outside was flying at half-mast.
What does that mean?
Someone died.
Wait. Who opened this door? Did she open that door? Because I didn't know. There's not even any... Wait. There's not even any door here. When we came in, there was a closed door there, right? The door's not even there. It's not if it's open. There's not any door here at all. Unless it goes into the wall, but it doesn't look like it. It's a bit dark in here, though, isn't it? Where did the door disappear?
Well, those boys look proud as peacocks. What does it say there? Groovy?
Gruben. The mine.
Ruben.
Maybe that's where everyone is. Digging for precious jewels in the Stygian abyss.
From what I learned of this place during the brief stay in Ålesund, the iron mine shut down 20 years ago.
Ålesund. Now that is that is a place that I have heard of.
The mine was only in operation until 1902. They must have lost a fortune. An iron mine wouldn't pay itself off in 5 years.
Can we go spelunking? Perhaps we'll find trolls in the abyss, and we can steal their ill-gotten gold.
There was a cave-in. It'll be unsafe.
Oh, boo.
Frederick and Johann Fretland, founders of the Fretland Brothers Mining Company.
They're the spitting image of each other.
Twin brothers and business partners.
And they married twin sisters. Adorable. Who's the boy? He looks related to the other two.
I don't know, dearest Lizzie.
Johann Fretland exits Fretland Brothers Mining Company.
So the brothers parted ways?
Johann sold his share to focus on farming.
That must have put a damper on their relationship.
Uh-huh, I bet it did.
Tragic accident befalls the Fretland Brothers Mining Company.
What happened?
The mine collapsed, killing 3 workers, including Arne Fretland, Frederick and Johann's younger brother.
Oh dear.
That's awful. How old was he?
Old Norwegian.
19.
He might be the boy in the photograph.
Operations were suspended after the accident. Foreign investors out of Frederick Fretland's mining company. Dire financial consequences for Fretland, who must have had a difficult time after his brother Johann Fretland pulled out earlier this year.
Johann was smart to exit when he did.
The timing is curious, like he knew something was about to go awry.
Suspicious. He seems like he knew something was gonna happen.
Oof, that's a grim sight, old bean.
Boo.
I'm exhausted and soaked to the bone.
Let's get you to bed.
We'll wait for the Fretlands. It's only courteous. It'll get dark soon.
Where will you sleep? There must be a guest bedroom.
I'm not using their beds without invitation.
We can disguise ourselves as bedwear. They'll never know we're here.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a bit of an... It's not a normal looking mirror, is it? Ooh.
Betty.
Have you gone screwy again, Teddy? That's not Betty.
Her
That's...
scarf. I'd know it anywhere.
It doesn't look like anything to me. It
She
just
bought it in
looks like...
Bloomingdale's the Christmas before last. When she came home that year, she showed it off, dancing around the sitting room until I got dizzy watching her.
I think you're misremembering. She couldn't make it home that year. Again.
No, You're wrong. I'm sure she was there.
Whatever. It's not like you pay any attention to me when Betty's around. I might just as well be a ghost.
Pattern to make an apron. Ooh.
Look, it is her scarf. It even
Same as the picture.
smells like her perfume. Shalimar.
But what if that's not...
She's here. I'm finally going to find her.
That's great, Edward, really. I wouldn't want you to get your hopes up. I mean, where's everyone gone to? Something's not right, I'm telling you.
Wait, what?
Teddy? Edward, what's wrong?
Lightheaded, that's all.
You're having another spell. You know what happens when you exert yourself.
The hell?
Sit down. That's an order from your commander.
Yes. Fine.
What are you doing? Come sit down.
No, hang
Where are
on.
you going?
How about with me, Lucy?
Edward, I'm talking to you.
I'm talking to you. Alright. Make sure there's nothing out there. Nothing's coming after us. That's kind of weird. We got a weird ass mirror. What is the matter with him? He's obviously got something wrong with him, right? He's obviously something wrong with him.
Get back here! You'll feel better after a short rest.
I just need to catch my breath. Just for a moment.
I want you to lie down. Lie down and close your eyes.
Uh-oh.
It's been a strenuous day. What with the rowing and the dragging of the suitcase up the hill.
Well, what if the Fretland...
I'll keep an eye out. I promise. If they come home, I'll wake you. Now, lie down Close your eyes. Breathe deeply.
I'm just going to...
Shh.
Elizabeth? Is that you? Betty? Lissy? Lissy, are you here? Alice!
Very dark outside. What? Where's she going?
Hello? Hey, who's there?
There's someone in the window!
Betty? Elizabeth? Wait!
She probably went and had a look around upstairs, I reckon. Because she wanted to look around upstairs, didn't she?
Lissy, there's someone outside. It might be Betty. Are you here, Lissy? Are you in here, Lissy?
Kitchen. I want to go in the kitchen. Let me in. She's probably
here,
in there.
Lissy?
Oh, she's not in there. She's probably upstairs. Well, it could have been her outside, but there's a bigger chance that was her upstairs. But she's gone upstairs, I reckon.
Lissy, are you upstairs?
Alright, doesn't want to go upstairs. Doesn't want to go in the kitchen. We're gonna look and see if we can see something spooky outside. Yeah, you're
Who's
not
out
gonna
there?
find her out here.
Hello? Betty? Lissy?
Can't see shit.
Betty? Alice!
Betty? Alice?
Alice, where are you? Are you out there, Betty?
It's foggy.
Can you hear me? Where are you? Elizabeth! Lissy?
Footprint.
I'm not alone.
Dun dun dun. Quick, just get inside. No. And then I say, the door handle looks like it's round the wrong way. Normally, wouldn't the door handle be the other side? That wasn't like that when we came here. I'm sure that door handle was the other way when we came here. It was the right way. I'm sure it was. But I could just be me. Maybe people in Norwegia do things a bit differently. Maybe. That could be it.
I can hear you! Betty?
He hasn't got his case this time, so he can move a bit quicker because he hasn't got his suitcase.
Alice! Who goes there? Wait!
Who goes there? It's a monster.
Alice, where are you? Someone there? Are you out there, Betty? Can you hear me? you?
Who or what is this?
Hello?
Oh, looks like a goat or something.
Elizabeth! Betty, is that you?
It looked like a goat, right? It was a goat. I'm pretty sure it was a goat. So we're going all the way down the hill again, having close.
Are you there, Betty?
Gonna end up down the hill near where we started, I think. Oh. That's a quick way down.
Shit.
Get the specs, man.
Elizabeth, are you there? Lizzie?
The hell?
Betty?
The boat, Edward! Where's our boat?
Lizzie?
The boat's gone. Edward's not happy with her for wandering off. Edward isn't sure what he heard correctly. What happened to the boat? He's certain he saw his sister is in the window, but if so, where is she?
Where did you go? Why did you leave me?
It stopped raining and you were sleeping, and our boat, it's gone.
The boat? What? How?
Maybe you didn't secure it properly.
I pulled it up. I don't know. I thought I tied it securely, but... Did you see Betty?
Did I see... What are you talking about?
I think... Betty? It was Betty. It was her. It must have been her. I saw her face in the window, and she vanished into the dark towards the sea. You really didn't see anyone?
I haven't seen a single soul. Are you sure it was her and
Yes.
not...
I mean, I saw her face, and it looked like her.
Well, if it was her, why did she run away?
I don't know. It's getting dark. Back to the house. And tomorrow.
Tomorrow's another day. We'll figure it out. Right now, let's get you cleaned up. Look at you. You've got mud all over yourself. And then you really need to sleep. You must be exhausted. Come on.
A little bit. Yes. Because he fell over. I mean, it's why he's dirty. He fell over, right? He fell over and slid down a hill. Day 2. So where did they sleep then, I wonder? Did they find a guest bedroom, or did they just kip out in the sitting room at the dining table? Oh, he's on the couch still, where he took his nap earlier. So he didn't find himself a bed. He stayed sleeping downstairs. Or he didn't want to go upstairs, did he?
Lizzie!
This way.
And does he still look dirty? Ooh.
Lizzie!
Teddy, come outside. It's a beautiful day.
Doing cartwheels outside. It looks much nicer than it did last night. We go in the kitchen now. Let's go in there. I want to look around in the kitchen. Yay! It's a letter, but we can't read it. Whoa! If they just leave that on the cupboard like that, it's gonna spoil, man. That breakfast. It's probably a bit of a big breakfast, isn't it? Really. pipe and some tobacco. It looks like a nice morning out. Right, can we actually have a look upstairs? Oh, we can look around quick. No one's going to tell us off for looking around up here, I'm sure. Well, they might do. There's no one here. These weird ass chairs. Oh, we're gonna play the piano. The Draugen Waltz. Pull really slow, drive sorted like a lamb. He can play the piano. Obviously, we didn't know that. Now we do. Come read a book. Roofs, this is the kids' room. I might have a root around, right? Have a root around inside, because they're not here, are they? If they come back, you wouldn't be able to have a root around. Teddy bear. Crayons. Oh, it's a bear hugging a pig. Oh. Oh. What is it? Forben Delson. Is this like a picture of a monster? Monster. The curse. Ah. Okay. The curse. I have a parents' room, maybe. They'll lock their room. Live translator, lol. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Ooh. And kind of a very nice view from your balcony out front of your house. I mean, it's...
Where are you?
Outside, Teddy.
Looks a lot better than it did last night.
I just about given up on you ever waking up.
I was looking around the house.
So we're okay with that now? Noted. Sleep well?
I dreamed of Betty. She was in the garden, and she called for me.
How about you, Lissy dearest? Oh, you know me, old fruit, wide awake at first light.
The Fretlands didn't come home, did they?
They did not. There's no sign of anyone. Aside from last night's Mistwalker.
I've been thinking about that.
Are you still confused about the events of the previous night? What was real? What was imagined? Are you still confused about what happened? Did he see only shadows in the moonlight? Are you still confused about the previous night? Could it have been Elizabeth out there in the dark?
You.
It looked like Betty. I was so sure. She wouldn't have run away. It makes no sense. Perhaps it was no one. Just the night playing tricks.
Well, there must be someone here. And I'm not talking about ghosts. Or goats. What was it you said yesterday? Maybe they're peeking at us through the windows.
I'll take a gander. The Fretlands will be home soon. And Betty's here. I know it.
I know it.
I feel it.
If you say so, Teddy Bear. Have you had your noodle juice yet?
I'm not rummaging through their cupboards.
Noodle juice?
You'll be a pill without your tea and toast, old bean. We need to get you sorted.
I'm not hungry. First point on the agenda. Find the natives.
A mission! Hot dog! I'll scout ahead. I'll meet you down by those houses.
Let's uncover your secrets, Grovik.
Alright. Obviously that's the boat down the bottom where we started. The house at the top where we are now. So we've actually got the... We've got a journal now. Is this the letter? Ah, this is the letter we got. Johan and I received your letter on July 9th. We'd like to extend an invitation to visit our home in October. Do not worry about being an inconvenience, as we only have one child, our daughter Ruth, and plenty of room for a visitor. We were troubled to hear about your sister's disappearance. Unfortunately, I have no news to share, nor do I believe she's landed in Gravik yet. I have made inquiries and shall send you another letter if there's word. I'm certain she's alright, however, and that she's simply been delayed on her journey. In regards to your travels, I'm afraid there's no longer a ferry from Allison to Gravik, so you will need to find your own transport across the fjord. When you arrive, you'll find our farm at the top of the hill. There's a road from the landing past the general store. Our farmhouse won't be hard to see. It's the largest house in the village. Please write again when you've settled on your travel plans or receive word on your sister. Okay. Have a look around. Do it. We gotta look everywhere, right? Look every inch. She's mine. It might have, you know. You never know. I mean, it's possible, right? Draw. Sure. Life is Strange 2.5. We do have float. We got feet now, yeah. So we're not a ghost for sure. We're not just a floating head. We have legs and feet. You just don't see them in first person. Come on, show us the picture. Do we get to see it? Now you can probably push a key and get him to stand up, but I wonder if you push a key to get him to stand up before he finishes. Is he going to finish it, or is it already done? And when you push a picture, you might be able to look at the journal and see what he's drawn. Let's have a look. Okay, that's what he's drawn. So, if you would have let him sit there longer, do you think you would have drawn more? I wonder. I wonder. We can sit down again, but we're not. He's not going to pull out his thing and draw it again. Oh yes, the animation starts again. Okay, so it's probably like a just. I reckon when you probably you sit down like in the location. As soon as you sit down, you probably draw the scene. You know, you draw the picture, right? And you've got this like 3 or 4 little scenes here that are repeating while you're sitting there. Just a little relaxing sit, right? So if he wasn't quite finished with his picture, when we look at it again, it should have a bit more detail. And if not, then obviously draws it out as soon as he sits down. He got some soothing music. He can just sit there and chill and Have a look. Yeah, it's the same, right? So, it didn't add any more detail in it. What lovely views out of your house, though, right? What's that map? So, looking at the stuff that is actually fleshed out. So some of the buildings are fleshed out in darker colours than others, right? There's one down on the slope here on the right. There's one on the left where it looked like a water wheel, right? Like a watermill or something. Where's she? Oh, she's wrong button. She's down the bottom, right?
Where are you?
Right by the village houses.
Alright. This one down on the right. We'll have a look at this house on the way past. We're trying to see if we can find the natives, right? So maybe go and knock on some doors and...
Up here, Teddy.
What? Oh, she's up in a tree.
It's such a beautiful day. You could bottle and sell this air in Boston. It's frankly medicinal.
Sun is out, but he feels the chills in his bones. Winter approaches. He's always
Teddy?
climbing trees, rocks and buildings, but it
Hello?
never fails to worry him.
Careful you don't fall.
You suck the fun out of everything, old boy.
We're far from any doctor. I don't want you to hurt yourself.
That's not very likely, is it?
It might
I
be.
thought you were scouting ahead.
What do you think I'm doing? Vantage point, like on a pirate ship. I can probably see our house in Hanover from here.
Did you check those buildings?
Knocking on doors isn't a scout's job, old bean.
Yeah, that's our job. Knocking on buildings is our job. You can bottle water and sell it for gold.
There must
call it
be
fuss.
someone around.
Only one way to find out, old sport. Did you check all the houses?
Well, we're on it. We're on it. We're working on it.
Hello? Anyone here?
Why, hello, Mr. American. Please come in for a cup of tea and biscuits.
You're not helping. Also, they drink coffee here, not tea.
Savages.
Oh.
No one home?
No one home. Oh, this one's got an open door.
Hello? Who's there?
Farida. I was stuck on this door for us. What's she doing? She keeps doing cartwheels. Traitor! Ooh. You know, kind of to add a little bit knowing what those words say. So thank you for being our translator. What's the time?
Anyone home?
Unless they're playing hide and go seek, I'd say that's a no. There's one more house. Third time's the charm.
A small little village if there's any free houses here, right?
Hello? Anyone home?
Not much wood in the fire.
September 21st, 1923. Vi desperate.
Lissy, found something here.
Escalated from words to stones. Blood has been spilled. The curse haunts us all. There is no hope left in... Good Sforlata. Good. God. Right. In this god-forsaken place. The death of the... Jiminy. Death of the children was the end of Grovik. Whatever remained of our souls departed with them.
Oh.
You should see this, Lissy.
The letter just trails off. Was never sent.
So the kids all died, and after the kids all died, some weird shit started to happen. Okay. I mean, he's got a grasp on some words at least, right? He can read little bits and pieces.
Did you see this door closing?
It was just the wind, teddy bear. You're as skittish as a pussycat. 3 strikes, you're out.
I don't think anyone's been home for a while. Someone painted the word traitor on one of the doors. And there was a letter. It sounded foreboding.
Well, you were wrong. The villagers are not indoors.
She pushed me out of the way. He's in a small part of town. He thinks there's many places to visit. Yeah,
I saw some sheds down by the water.
Let's explore.
There's the general store. Church.
In other words, time for some sightseeing? Well, it's a bright and beautiful day, and we have nothing better to do.
That's right. We ain't got nothing better to do.
Handstands, Teddy. My record is 2 minutes. I'm working on 3. Just go on ahead. I'll catch up.
Handstand. She's trying to last for 3 minutes. I mean, she's only doing like, I don't know, about 5 seconds, 10 seconds. That's nowhere near. That's nowhere near 3 minutes for us. Philetus has put a note on there where the door is a traitor, so. Let's go look down the bottom. We'll look at where you got the watermill over on the right as well. We won't look up there yet. We'll look at where they've drawn the houses first. There's a watermill over there. I can see it. A little watermill. It's only tiny though. It doesn't look like it's a place that you can, like a building that they're working in. Nice and peaceful. Doesn't even look like it's got a door, not on this side. And if you get up there, or maybe from the other side, maybe obviously up at the top where the trees are. I mean, you can see there's a ladder there, right? There's a ladder sitting on the side there, right? What is this? This is Draugen. This is 1920s Norway. Like kind of like a mystery adventure in 1920s Norway. But hello, Stumpy. But it's called Draugen. It's a very pretty looking game. Yes. Now, pretty and Stumpy don't kind of go well together. I don't think. Stumpy doesn't care much for pretty. Oh, can we draw a picture? Let's do it. Lots of nice views for him to draw, right? I mean, get on with it, mate. It's mist. Hello, Evan. I mean, look, I don't think it's like mist in the way of the puzzles or anything, but very good looking game. And Mist was very good looking for its time, for sure. And hello, Evan. For its time, Mist was a very pretty game. What did you draw this time? A lake, right? Huh. The picture on the right page is what he just drew. That doesn't quite look like that down. I suppose looking over that way there, you see the hut on the left and the one down the bottom, right? Yeah, I see the hut on the top left of the right-hand page. Is what he's looking at. So he's looking at that view like that. Yeah. You want to say that you're playing a game that has fucking old graphics? Like, yes. Well, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, gameplay is most important. You know, you can have the prettiest game in the world, but if there's no real gameplay mechanics behind it, then
and stay here instead.
And how would I survive?
Hunt, harvest, forage. People have survived here for centuries. Why can't we?
I wouldn't even know where to begin.
I could learn. I'd start with goats. Goats can be eaten and milked. Probably not in that order.
Betty would have taken plenty of constitutionals here. She loves the outdoors.
How so? She's a city girl.
I'm sure she gets tired of Manhattan. And when she was little, she loved playing in the garden back in Hanover, especially around the pond.
Are you all right?
I just miss her.
That's where our boat was. So our boat went missing. We're going to look in the general store as well in a sec. Let's see if we look in any of these huts.
A boat! Teddy! A hot dog! This is our ticket out of here!
Not without Betty. Besides, there's a hole in this boat. It'll sink before it gets 10 yards from shore. It's curious. The state of the boats. It's like they stopped taking care of them.
Seems short-sighted. How would they fish? Or get anywhere at all?
I don't know. Let's look in the store. This is obviously where our boat was. We came here and moored up a boat here and it's missing. Probably about an hour, Noddy.
There's no damage to the rope.
About an
I don't know
hour.
what that means.
Nobody
We've been
cut it.
playing.
I guess the knot could have unraveled on its own.
Didn't you say you used a sailor's knot?
I'm a scholar, not a fisherman.
So who took our boat? A ghost?
A current, the tide. We got mystery.
There must be a logical explanation. It's safe to say no ghost in the night stole our boat.
If you say so. But then who were you chasing after last night? I mean, you thought it was Betty,
No.
but...
No, I don't know. It was probably all in my head. You'd have thought someone would have seen us by now.
Even if they were all hiding indoors. Maybe there was a spell or curse that made them all invisible.
Honestly, Lissy.
Or maybe we are the invisible ones. But then we would see them, wouldn't we? No, I think my original thesis is more likely.
The villagers turning invisible is the more likely thesis.
Do try to keep an open mind, Edward, darling.
Low. The logical song. Let's go check out a general store.
Listen,
Hello.
the weather's favorable today.
I did a little dance last night, appeasing the weather gods. Thor, in particular, was mightily impressed.
Was he?
Promised to back off with the thunder and lightning for a spell. And don't you know, he proposed to me.
Of course.
But I told him I'm not into gods. I prefer jazz musicians.
Hey. Oh, Lizzie.
The telegraph is out of order.
Well, there goes my plan. NOSOS.
This was 2 years ago, but the notice is still up.
How can it take 2 years to get something like that fixed?
If they couldn't afford it? Or couldn't get anyone to come fix it?
Well, this place really is off the map. Here be dragons. Or Draugens, I guess.
Draugens.
The ferry route is no longer operating.
Rats!
Mrs. Fretland already informed me in her letter.
I know. Still warrants a resounding rats.
I wonder why it stopped running.
Look around. How many people live here? 20? 30? That can't be enough for a ferry route.
Things got quieter after the mine closed down.
They need to move on and find something else to put their village on the map. Tobacco farming, maybe.
Well, you're from Norway? Well, welcome, Noddy. He pities the village disconnected as it is from the world, or his arms are still sore from the trip across the fjord. He won't forget that ordeal anytime soon.
They must have been so isolated, with no easy way in or out.
Aren't there boats?
If they're like the boats along the beach, they wouldn't get far. You saw how much work it was to cross the fjord. And if the weather's bad...
It can't be healthy, being so isolated. Cooped up inside, reading the collected works.
Yeah, all right. I get
This
it.
village is basically you two.
I said, all right. The ferry would have made the trip here much easier.
And you wouldn't have had to pay that farmer a fortune to rent his boat.
I had no choice.
We should keep his boat, if it comes back. Bring it with us to Hanover.
Do what with it exactly?
I don't know. Grow parsley in it? Use it in the pond? Forget it. Stupid idea.
They had a memorial service for the accident in the mine. On July 24th, in the village church.
For something that happened 20 years ago?
It still affected their lives. It's quite peaceful.
If no one was around, I'd strip naked. The earth would delight in my bare feet. The wind would savor playing with my hair.
Is that so?
I don't know, I just like being naked. But not when you're around, teddy bear.
I'm sure that disappoints him to see. Oh.
Alice?
Yes?
Sardines or something? Tins of sardines or something like that?
Fretland and Son.
How do you figure?
It's on the sign above the entrance. And on this photograph. Frederick and Simon Fretland. The older gentleman is clearly Mr. Fretland's twin brother.
Twins are confusing. If this was a dime novel, they'd be switching places at some point to confuse the coppers. Damn you, twins!
Simon Fretland. Frederick's son.
And Johann's nephew. See, I'm getting the hang of this. Simon. That was the name in the burnt book. So Simon is Ruth's older cousin.
Oh.
Applesauce.
Why lock any doors? I can't imagine they have a problem with punks and hoodlums.
The sign says they're closed, but I thought maybe... Hello? Are you open? Is anyone there?
Of course
Can't you
not.
just bust down the door? Locks be damned.
Breaking and entering, I will not. I'll just dislocate my shoulder.
Try again. If you keep trying it enough, it might just pop open. Come on.
What are you up to?
Delighting in the little things. They're like dew. My heart is the...
Yeah, we're gonna go and look at. We'll look at it back in a second. Look up the church. I'll look at this building over here. Look at our little map we got. Right, you see, do this little map. Let's see what this is. One building over here. See what this is. Then we got a church up by the church potentially. Could be something. And there's a building up at the top there as well.
What's this?
Remnants of the mining operation.
What, mine?
Remember, I told you yesterday. There was a mine here, but it closed down 20 years ago.
I know, Edward. I was just checking for a sense of humor. Still nowhere to be found.
Till Min Om. It's a memorial. 3 men died when the mine collapsed in 1902. Georg Hatlestad,
Niels Framberg, Arne Fretland.
See, this is why working a regular job. Did you say Fretland?
The younger brother who was mentioned in the article.
Mm-hmm.
The newspaper said the accident forced the mine to shut down.
What does any of this have to do with us?
I still don't know why Elizabeth came here.
And you think it has something to do with this mine?
Or with what it did to the village. Maybe.
Maybe.
He was just 19.
How long had he been working in the mine? That's too young for a dirty job like digging into rock.
We're in the real world, Lissy. Most teeners don't have the luxury to idle away their days with games and witty repartee.
Ouch.
Lizzie does. I can't look into that building. No. Can we have a look around the front? We get in? No! Invisible wall stopping us from going in. Oh!
What did they use this for?
Bringing the ore down from the mine before it was loaded onto boats.
So, diamonds? Gold? Or just boring old silver?
Iron ore.
Or what?
Rock, which contains iron
I know.
deposits that...
Okay, Edward. I don't understand why they just leave this here. Like an altar to adversity. It's creepy.
Rustic superstition. Perhaps they believed it'd attract bad luck if they moved it.
Where do these tracks lead?
To the mine. Where else would they go?
I don't know. A castle up in the mountains? Where the frost giants live? And this is how they receive their monthly offering of meat from the villagers. Goat, I hope.
Are you here, Lissy?
What is it?
What is it?
No trespassing for traitors.
Cool. Want to jump the gate and explore what's on the other side?
Edward is particularly infused by
What do you
the
say?
idea of climbing a fence and braving up the hill. It's dangerous.
It's not safe.
Oh, horse feathers! You may be the most boring man in this country. Where's your sense of adventure, old sport? Don't you want to see where these tracks go?
They lead to the old mine, and no. I've had enough adventure on this side of the fence. Besides, they wrote no trespassing for a reason.
You're such a terrible bore, Teddy Bear.
Aye.
I'll wager 1,000 clams you'll jump this gate at some point, if you believe Betty's on the other side.
Frederick Fretland.
Probably will.
Who are these traitors he refers to?
What now? We've looked
We
everywhere.
gotta look at the
There
church.
really doesn't seem to be anyone around.
Maybe we missed something. An important
Church,
clue.
look.
How about the general store? We haven't been inside yet.
It looked deserted, but worth another look, I guess.
Yeah, it's probably a way to get in. It probably is a way to get in the store. As she's saying, but the church. It's a long way up there. But they mentioned the church earlier on as well about potentially there was a service that was held there. But the fact they kind of mentioned specifically they specifically mentioned the general store. That's probably where we're gonna look to progress. But we'll see if we can get to the church. Oh, the gate. Off we go.
Where are you, Lissy?
Down in the village.
Oh, she's still over there. She's not coming to the church with us. Maybe she doesn't like church. Oh, she's probably chilling down there because that's where our next objective is likely to be, right? She's hanging out by the store. We're getting ahead of ourselves by going to church, I guess.
July 24th. Memorial service. A commemoration of the accident at the mine this past summer. No services after that.
Hey! Do you want to have a picture? Do it! picture of a lovely church. Oh.
All these graves. What happened?
It's a cemetery.
But look at the soil. These are recent burials.
You're right.
Do you think this is where everyone's gone?
How many graves are there?
Not enough, I guess. How many people lived here?
I'm not sure. Also, someone must have buried them.
There's that.
Something did happen. Several people died in a short period of time.
How? An accident? A mass murder? Spanish flu?
I wouldn't want to speculate until I've learned more.
I can speculate for the both of us.
Well, Betty's not here. I'm gonna keep looking.
What about the church?
We're gonna look at a sec. Just chill, man. Chew your pantyhose. Chew your pantyhose. But yeah, it's fresh burials, so someone's been here not that long ago, right?
What are you doing?
Looking for a white rabbit in a waistcoat. Have you seen him?
A white...
We'll follow him down the whole town.
Why would they board up a church?
To keep the ghosts from escaping?
Lissy.
Or the goats from getting in? What does that say?
God is not here.
God is not here. Okay. What the hell happened in this place?
Perhaps living here wouldn't be such a bad thing.
You changed your mind about the goats?
The fresh air might do me good.
You'd be alright with it just being the two of us.
I'm no stranger to isolation.
Truer words have never been spoken, old fruit.
Alright, let's go check out the store again. There's gotta be a way to get in the store. There's gotta be a way. We need some milk and cookies, so... I've not had any breakfast, have they? So... Milk and cookies all the way. Milk and cookies. Let's just check. This way probably goes back up to the house where you... At the top of the hill where you're sleeping, right? Is that it there? Or is this taking us somewhere else? Oh no, that's the barn for the house at the top of the hill, so... Yeah, okay. Let's go. Let's go to the store. Find a way in the store. Very, very pretty place. Even though there's something really, really spooky's going on here, or has gone on here. I'm kind of happy that we're, obviously the people that got missing, we're not seeing loads of dead bodies everywhere. It's just nothing's here. You know what I mean? If it had been bodies everywhere, it would have spoiled it a little bit, right? Spoiled how beautiful this place looks. Oh, there's a bird flying against the window. Is he going to smash the window, maybe? What the hell is he doing? Why is he trying to get in?
Is that? Lizzie, come here.
It's Betty's hat!
It's Betty's hat. She was here. She could still be in there. Betty? Betty!
Are you sure, Edward? I mean, it's just a hat. Is it even a hat?
I
not
know
sure
my sister's hat, Lissy. I have to get inside.
What about the breaking and entering part?
I could care less what they call it.
He doesn't care anymore. Let's see if we can actually see around and back. No, there's no back door. Check out the windows, right? No. Smash it!
need to get inside. If Betty's in there.
Perhaps there's a back door. Or an open window.
Working on it. Working on it, Lizzie. Working on it. It doesn't explain why the crow was flying into the window, right? Hey, there's an open window.
Here's an open window.
You seem eager to break the law. I approve.
It won't budge.
Nah, don't be a milquetoast.
Well, it's stuck.
Attaboy, Teddy. You can do this.
Don't be a milk toast. A what?
I can't believe I'm actually breaking... Whoops, Daisy.
Oh my, Teddy. You're such a sap.
Get up. I thought she might have gone and opened a door for us.
Tanty, world traveler, cat burglar.
A cat burglar would, by definition, enter a building on a higher
Jeez.
floor.
The state of this place.
Oh, Betty.
Edward,
I hope you weren't here when...
is this... blood?
Not necessarily human blood.
Well, that's alright then. What does it say? Barn murder? Someone murdered a barn?
Vaseline! We got some more Odin's milk. Cafe. What was that? Christian Brunt. Is there any money we can pilfer? Any money? Bingo. Oh.
Barn means child. And mortar, that's...
Child murderer. Edward, they murdered a child?
Someone thought so.
Probably the same someone who vandalized the store.
I'm not sure how I feel about being in here.
Don't be ridiculous. We're all alone. What else do you suggest we do?
Oh. A note.
What are you doing?
Looking for keys.
Your life of crime continues.
There's a note.
Is it written in Viking runes? What does it say?
It's from Simon. Casa. I don't know what that word means. Yai put it means I put. Knuckle is key.
He put the key in the casa?
Casa. I wish I had my dictionary. The note's addressed to his father.
So the key was moved.
Okay.
But where to?
Somewhere safer. Or more convenient.
Can we really trust your translations? You only started studying a month ago.
I spent the summer reading, and I had a lot of free time on the ocean voyage.
Come on, how much could you possibly pick up in a few months?
You know my mind, it's a sponge.
It picked up, so the keys are in the casa. Whoa.
The keys in the casa. Whatever that is.
Don't look at me.
These were never sent.
How long have they been piling up?
I received Mrs. Fretland's letter in June.
Register?
And
Maybe.
they received my letter from July.
A couple of months. Perhaps the world forgot about Grovik.
I could be, if you look, the register's now something we can click on now, which we couldn't before. There was no interactable on there before. So that could be it. Ute of Drift!
Out of order.
Why hasn't it been fixed?
Perhaps there wasn't much demand for it anymore.
It was pushing you out of the way.
S-O-S.
Oh.
Casa.
Ah, look.
So that's what it means. Cash register.
Ka-ching.
You're a genuine gangster now, old fruit. Don't worry. If you get busted, I'll come visit you in the big house.
That's not really hidden, is it? Right?
The Vandals weren't here for the money.
I think money was the last thing on their minds.
Wasn't there supposed to be a key?
It's
Here it
there.
is.
Right there, look. There's not much money in here. Loads of stamps, though. I guess that's the key for the door at the back. We didn't actually try the door, did we? I guess if you tried the door first, it would have been locked, and then you'd use the key to open it. But we didn't try the door because I guess my adventure brain directed me to where the key was first. Too many years playing games like this.
Why would Frederick keep a list of what he calls traitors?
What did they do to him?
Cross him in some way. Why else keep a list of undesirables?
I don't know. Unlock this door so we can go out this way when we go out. Alright. It's a hat and a letter.
It is her hat.
Teddy, I'm not
Betty
sure
was
that's...
here, and not long ago.
Okay.
No dust on
But
it.
if that is her hat, what's it doing in a locked storeroom?
Another breadcrumb.
That's not an answer.
I know for sure she was here. That's what matters.
You know best, Edward. So, what now? If this is a breadcrumb, where's the next one?
It could be right there.
Must be a reason her hat's in this room.
What's that?
A handwritten note.
I'm not blind. What does it say, you silly goose?
It's hard to read. I'm not sure my translation will be... Johann, you... Nectar. Refuse. You refuse to speak to me, so I write this letter instead. It's from Frederick Fretland to his brother. Simon did not... Bloody hell. Simon did not murder your Ruth. He was fond of his cousin.
Ruth. Ruth is the daughter of Anna and Johann, which means the little girl in the photograph at the farmhouse. Oh, Edward. The Fretland girl was murdered. This is simply awful.
Simon was working at the farm while I tended to the store. I would have seen him had he passed on the way up to the cliffs.
They thought Simon killed Ruth. His own cousin.
Ruth was... What's that word? Playing. Ruth was always playing on the rocks below the church. She must have fallen by accident. The note ends there. Frederick never finished it. And Johann never read it. Not that it would have made a difference. If Johann
The
thought...
mob showed up for Simon. His father would have tried to protect him.
September 17th. You would have been here, Betty.
Rocks below the church. Isn't the church right above us?
Yes.
Edward, come look at this. That's the cliff. Right there. The one in the note? I bet you 1,000,000 clams.
Where?
See for yourself.
There.
I guess that could be where...
Let's check it out.
No, Lissy, wait.
She's already gone. We standing. We should see her run by the window. Yep, there she goes. These energetic youngsters. I don't know. She shut the door behind us. I mean, why did she shut the door? Shouldn't she have left the doors open for us to, you know, get out quicker? Kids of today.
This way. I found it, Teddy. The cliff. I'm standing right below it.
What are you doing? This doesn't concern
A
us.
little girl died. We're staying in her home, for God's sake. Are you completely without heart?
Get yourself up here, Edward Harden, right this minute. Come on, it's an easy climb.
This looks very dangerous.
Oh, you're a big boy. Start acting like it. It's not Mount Everest.
I don't know about this. Whoops-a-daisy.
Whoops-a-daisy. It's not Mount Everest. Look at that.
What is this?
Where little Ruth died.
You're being morbid. And this is a distraction. I'm here for Betty, not because some girl got herself...
Look, behind the rock.
Sensitive
It's a ball.
brute. You're like the Tin Woodman,
bowl.
no heart. Please look at me when I'm talking to you.
I'm sorry.
Please look at me when I'm
Damn
talking
it.
to you. You know, you've grown cold. And me... please look at me.
I'm
when
sorry, I
talking to
can't look around.
Please look at me
Alright.
when I'm talking to you.
Sorry.
You know, you've grown cold and mean in that horrid study of yours. With only books and bugs to keep you company for years and years and years. There are other people in this world, you know. It's not all about you. You're going to do this. If not for Ruth, then for us. We're going to figure out what happened to the poor girl. Together.
I've seen all there is to see. I'm going back.
You can't leave.
Look, behind
You
the
might
rock.
have missed something important.
Look. We can see something behind the rock.
That's been here a while.
Didn't you say it happened over a month ago?
You'd think her family would have replaced it with fresh flowers. Something struck this bush. She must have landed on it when... on her way down.
That's ghastly, Edward.
It's a long fall. Far enough to crush the girl's skull.
Edward Charles Hardin.
What?
Oh, you're hopeless. Is that blood?
The girl could have hit her head on that rock. There would have been plenty of blood.
That's awful. I think there's something behind it. Can
Yeah,
you
we
move
can
the
see
rock
it.
aside?
But you can totally see it. No, we're not gonna push her off a cliff.
It must be Ruth's.
Where's the head?
Or maybe the killer also decapitates dolls.
Hold on. This pin. This is old. Very old. It looks like something from the Viking era.
We are in the land of Vikings.
This could be 1,000 years old. It does not belong on a child's doll.
Who cares? Ruth is dead and you're obsessing about a rusty old pin?
It should be in our pocket.
Let's go further up. Maybe we'll find more clues. Come on, old sport. It's not far.
Can you wait just 1 minute so that I can catch my breath?
It's the same. The logo is the same as the pin's the same as the loading.
Follow the same
saving
path, Betty? Or am I just stumbling through darkness?
Fuck me, is it? I'm tired already. I only walked about 5 steps.
You can see clear beyond the edge of the world.
One
Oh,
second.
Teddy Bear. We need to take you out walking more often.
So, the girl fell from up here.
Was pushed, you mean. Can you see where she fell? Seeing as you're so concerned about me falling out of trees, I wouldn't want to risk falling off a cliff.
Yeah, that's not. I wouldn't be good with it.
If she fell headfirst on that rock, she'd have died instantly.
Edward, honestly.
You wanted to learn more. This is you learning more. She hit her head and fell into the bush where I found her doll. Happy now, Alice?
I'm not. What was she doing up here in the first place?
Playing? She was a child. Children play in dangerous places.
There must be more to it. Let's find out where this path leads.
No, absolutely not.
She's already
I
gone.
don't have time for this nonsense. We're running out of daylight, and Betty's still... You're still out there.
She's gone, but I mean, Betty might have been on the same trail, right? He probably was on the same trail.
Lissy?
Edward!
Lissy? Slow down. I can't keep up with you. Who knows what's up there? It's not worth the risk of falling and breaking something. Lissy? Are you there?
I mean, if you was to have this sort of climb nowadays, you'd really be safety rails along here, right? It would totally be safety rails. But not back in the 1920s. No.
Teddy,
My word. Look away, Lissy.
is this what happened to the villagers? They killed themselves?
It's one body. Let's not jump to conclusions.
What about those fresh graves at the church? There were at least half a dozen of them. Did everyone just die?
They're not necessarily
Oh,
connected.
come on. Ugh, this is just ghastly. What made him do this? How long has he been...
From the state of the body, perhaps a couple of weeks. It depends on temperature and humidity, of course.
Where are you going?
I don't want to see the body.
What does that say?
God forgive me.
Don't suicides go to hell? Isn't that what your father said when
Stop.
your mother drowned
Don't.
herself? Sorry. Do you think this has something to do with Ruth? Maybe she came across the hanged man before she died, and it scared her. So she ran, and
This happened later.
there's some consolation in that, I guess. Maybe it's the killer. The guilt ate him up, and he offed himself.
That's just speculation with no basis in fact.
It could be true, though. Could be true.
Who was he? One of the Fretlanders?
It's not Johann or Frederick. And he's too old to be Simon. There's nothing more to do here. I'm going back. Let the poor soul rest in peace.
Does it look like he's resting in peace? You're just going to leave him hanging? You're an insensitive brute.
I'm here for Betty. It's tragic, but really none of my concern.
Betty, always just Betty. You don't care about anyone else. What if that was me up there?
Oh,
Would you care
Lizzie.
then? All you do is obsess over a scarf and a hat and ugh.
It's all I have of Betty.
Betty, there she is again. Edward, the hanged man, he's someone. No matter what he did or didn't do, he deserves respect. Would you please just do this one decent deed? If not for me, then for yourself. Or for your Betty.
She's mean. Very mean.
What are you doing? You can't just pull him down by his legs. Try loosening the noose.
Of course we
I
can
can't reach that far.
There's a chair. Just stand on a chair. Alright. This is not going to end well, is it? He's going to fall. Grab the body and body's going to fall, he's going to land on it.
I'm going to be sick.
And he's going to puke on
I
it.
can't do this.
Yes, you can. Teddy. Edward. I know you can. You've been through much worse.
Untie the thing. Body falls. He falls on top. He pukes on the back of the head of the body and then lands face first in it. Yeah, I can see it now. That's probably not what's gonna happen, but that's what should have happened. Maybe it did. Probably not. they're back in the house.
Where are the Fretlands, Edward?
It's been 2 days. If they're not back tonight,
They're not coming back.
perhaps they left after their daughter died.
Was murdered, you mean? Isn't that what we think happened?
Simple solution, he believes, is often the correct one. The villagers believe Simon killed Ruth, so he most likely did.
Penny for your thoughts?
When tragedy befalls them, Edward thinks people tend to look for a scapegoat.
She was probably murdered.
And you think Simon did it?
Your guess is as good as mine. It could have been an accident.
You're really not helping.
No, we're not.
Can we talk about this tomorrow? I'm sorry.
You're exhausted.
I buried a corpse today, Alice.
I know. I'm sorry. Why don't you sleep in the guest bedroom?
Oh,
The couch is fine. The Fretlands could still come home.
All right. Just don't come crying to me if you wake up with a crick in your neck. I'll be up for a while, if you feel like talking.
she is definitely... I mean, they're definitely not coming back, right?
I really thought I'd find Betty today.
Well, I told you not to get your hopes up, Edward. I mean, we just got here. It's a big place. She could be anywhere.
It's just the thought of her alone out there. In the dark.
She's a tough cookie. You're Betty. Tougher than you, teddy bear.
That she is.
A nice sunset going on out there. A very nice sunset.
What did you find?
Someone tried to burn this.
Just like the book. Isn't that odd?
It's addressed to Mrs. Fretland. My dearest Anna. It's from her sister, Margaret. Frederick's wife. The two brothers married sisters, remember?
Yes, and it's adorable. Keep reading.
I really shouldn't.
Really?
Do it!
How else are we going to figure out what happened? Keep reading.
My dearest Anna, I miss you so very, very much. The baby is due soon, and I wish for our family to reunite before... It's been 7 years since the dreadful incident at the mine. Can we not convince Frederick and Johann to forgive and forget? I know there are things Frederick has not told me about what they found and why they parted ways. Their grudge is tearing us all apart. Frederick won't even let me speak to half of our neighbors, accusing them of treason. He's so very angry and full of regrets. It's eating him up. And we...
And we what?
The rest is unreadable.
Margaret reached out to her sister, but I guess it didn't work.
This was written before Simon was born, but burned recently.
Interesting. Why burned recently? So it seems like there's stuff in the mine. So obviously the brothers split up after something happened in the mine, right? And then the brothers split up. Oh, a map's being fleshed out a bit as we're walking around more. We see the doll. Picture of the doll. We found the doll, the hangman at the top.
I feel restless.
You should sleep.
I'm not sure I can. But yes, I'll try. In a bit.
See if we can go outside. Check out the
feel
sunset.
restless.
You should sleep.
I'm not sure I can. But yes, I'll try. In a bit.
We're out the front door. Maybe we can actually go out the on the balcony outside and check out the sunset. Oh, maybe we can actually look at stuff now. We couldn't before. We could looked at those stuff in there. We couldn't go in. We did go in this room, didn't we? The game's only letting it look at stuff and read stuff when it kind of wants you to, right? This door was locked, wasn't it? Yeah. Of course it's locked. We'll probably find at some point. We'll probably find a key for that, I'm sure. Go outside on the balcony and check out the sunset. Hello, Newlixon. I'll watch it set. How are you doing? How's your rank games doing? Have you done many yet, Newlixon? might start and do a couple a bit later. So, hello, Scatman.
I feel restless.
You should sleep.
I'm not sure I can.
None yet.
But yes, I'll try. In a bit.
What was that? Oh, it's the book, the burnt book. Obviously, they took it out of fire when they lit the
I
fire.
almost forgot putting this aside when I lit the fire. Wasn't there an inscription inside?
Have a look.
Simon. Simon gave that book to Ruth. But who burned it?
Johann? Or Anna? If they believed Simon killed her.
But they were friendly, right? Simon and Ruth. Before...
I imagine so. And we know the sisters were close.
I still don't understand why the brothers had a falling out.
Whatever drove a wedge between them, it was big.
The mine. The answers are in the mine. The answers are in the mine.
I feel restless.
You should sleep.
I'm not sure I can. But yes, I'll try. In a bit.
Look in the creepy mirror again. Do
Where
it.
are you, Lissy?
Right here.
I wanted to stand behind you and look in the mirror with
You
you.
look exhausted.
Oh, look. He
Go to
does
bed,
a
Edward.
bit, yes.
I'll tuck you in.
I promise. His suitcase then. He's got a shirt. Got rolls of socks. Some soaps and stuff, I guess. Let's have a lay down. Wait, why can't we?
I feel restless.
You should sleep.
I'm not sure I can. But yes, I'll try. In a bit.
We can't click on it to sit. Normally get a circle at it as you're walking up to it, and as you get close to it, boom. Oh, maybe we've got to put a hat on the thing first. Let's put a hat on the thing first. Maybe that's why.
What are you doing?
Betty will want these back.
I don't think it's healthy
Not now,
to...
please. I'm exhausted.
To put a hat on the mannequin with the scarf. Aha! So you had to put the hat on it first, alright. Come on, Lizzie,
Quite the
tuck me
day,
in.
huh?
Come on.
I'm ready to pass out. Where will you sleep?
I'll be up for a while. My mind's simply racing.
Don't stay up late. Wake me if you hear the Fretlins arriving.
Of course. And I'll keep my eyes open for any ghosts that might want to haunt you in your sleep.
There are no...
Hush now. Sleep.
Day 3. Maybe just bought the best mouse since Microsoft's first optical mouse many years ago. The glorious Model O gaming mouse. It's bloody good. Which mouse was that? Yeah, man. Model O gaming mouse? What is that? Touch it.
I will find you again.
Don't tell you not heard of, I've not heard of a mouse called a Model O, no. No, I have not. If that's what it's called, then no. I don't know what it is. It made by who? Who made it? Obviously I can't click on a link. It doesn't say on the link, doesn't give you an idea who made it. Unless Glorious is the name of the company.
Where are you, Lissy?
Upstairs.
Maybe she's trying to get away, find a way into that room.
Is that you?
Oh, she's in the kids' room. I can sit down here. Ah, Glorious made it. Okay. I draw a picture of a bed in the corner. Yes. I'm guessing it's good then. Is it really glorious? Yeah, I'll take a look. I'll take a look later. I mean, normally when I'm streaming, if anyone posts links, they get grabbed, and I just click on them later. But just to make sure, I'll just put it there, like that. And some overclockers on it. And they're pretty cool. I mean, I've used them a few times. The old overclockers. It's a bit misty this morning, isn't it? A bit foggy.
This is her room.
Hmm?
Are you paying attention? Ruth. Can you imagine? One moment you're living a perfectly happy life, and then nothing. Darkness. Forever and ever.
You got a piss pot under her
Maybe
bed.
there's something here that can tell us what happened to her.
This is a waste of my time.
We might be the only ones left to tell her story, Edward.
You're just being melodramatic. I'll help you look. There's still no sign of the Fretlands.
Maybe they left town after Ruth died.
What's the point of this? I should be looking for Betty.
I hate you sometimes. Ruth was an artist.
This is very primitive.
Have you ever met a child, Edward? She wasn't Monet, she was 8. This must be the village church. That's Ruth and her family on one side of the aisle, Simon and his father on the other.
The community divided.
Sketchbook, we might see some more lovely pictures from her.
Draugen.
Oh.
Hey,
Oh.
the undead monster from those folk tales you read.
What an odd book for a child to have.
I don't know. Children love scary stories. This looks interesting. Read some of it to me, please.
Let's do it.
In Norwegian folklore, the appearance of Draugen, the reanimated corpse of a drowned mariner, heralds death. Draugen haunts the Black Seas in a shattered boat. The beast has a man's body and wears a sou'wester, but instead of a head, there is tangled seaweed, and the revenant's chilling cry freezes mortal blood to ice. Draugen has the power to enter the dreams of the living.
You'll find, Scatman.
If you wake from such a dream, you have been spared, though someone close to you...
Oh.
That's enough of that. It's nonsense, of course. Not something a child should be reading.
Do you think
I
Draugen
might be
took
looking
our
at the
boat?
pictures.
Maybe he's out there, on the fjord, waiting for nightfall so he can return to shore.
No.
And... Your soul lacks poetry, Edward Charles Harden. I pity you.
I pity you. Yeah, I mean the way I've kind of have it working here. Anyone that's kind of pretty regular around here can post links. I'm not that worried. I mean, if someone posts links that are relevant to what we're talking about or the games, I don't mind. I don't mind.
She found something.
Where's that
Treasure.
supposed to be?
A cave. Or the...
Mine. It could be. But what did she
Ooh.
find?
something important enough to draw.
So the kid found something in the mine, and whatever it was, it probably caused the brothers to have a falling out, which could be this picture. Look, they're arguing.
That must be Ruth and Simon's fathers.
Perhaps. They weren't on the best of terms.
They look like they want to kill each other.
To a child, maybe it looked worse than it was.
Children are more insightful than you give them credit for, Teddy Bear.
Uh-huh. Any more pictures on the wall? I've got this lovely
What am
picture
I
of
looking for?
Anything out of the ordinary.
a bear.
Something that could explain
Cuddling
what
the
happened
pig.
to Ruth.
This is real life, not a whodunit by Agatha Christie. There won't be a convenient series of clues leading to a tidy conclusion.
Says you. She made her bed that morning. Before she...
Or her parents did. It doesn't matter. It tells us nothing.
Why are you like this today? Betty's not the only person in the world that matters.
She matters the most to me.
Ain't that the truth?
It's guarding like the treasure that she found, right?
Ruth never finished this. What does that spell? F-O-R-B.
For Banelson. The curse.
Who's that figure supposed to be? It's creepy. It looks a bit like the Draugen in her book.
A figment of her imagination. But the box she drew. It looks like this box under her desk.
Oh!
Let me see. Pull it out.
Big furry beast. Wonder if that's what they dug up in the mine. This looks like what she dug up. This box here. What's in it?
What is this?
I believe this might qualify as actual treasure.
Is that Norwegian money?
Sort of, but ancient. Viking coins.
Are they valuable?
Not in terms of monetary value, but historically. Well, they belong in a museum.
Looks like Ruth had her own private museum.
Why would a child have these artifacts?
She must have enjoyed collecting and playing with them.
These are much too precious to play with. She should have given these to an adult.
She was a child, Edward. To her, they were just shiny toys. Wait! The pin! On the doll!
This is where it came from, her collection.
But where did she find these treasures?
If we're to believe her drawing, perhaps the mine. She may have found a gravesite. Wherever she found them, she wanted to keep them hidden.
You think someone found out?
These items wouldn't necessarily be worth much, except to a historian or archaeologist.
What if this is how... I mean, if someone learned she'd been collecting treasures, they might be willing to do
Terrible
things. There's a story
Probably.
here. The treasure box, the drawings.
The overactive mind of an imaginative child.
Well, she didn't imagine the Viking artifacts. You shouldn't be so dismissive. The drawings could be her way of dealing with traumatic
This is
events.
what happens when I read you the principles of psychology. You get notions.
You say that like it's a bad thing. Ruth was troubled. The village was troubled, and... Is that a bell?
The church bell. Someone's here. Maybe Betty.
Why would Betty ring the church bell?
Perhaps she's in trouble.
I like the pig.
I need
and
to
the
get to
bear.
the church right now.
I like this
Isn't it
picture
more
here.
likely to be the person you saw the other night? We
I
should be
told
careful.
you, I'm not sure that was anything. Come on.
Go ahead. I'll catch up with you before you get there. I need a minute to think about all of this.
That picture's awesome.
Are you coming?
In a minute. You go on ahead.
Alright. To the church. There's someone's ringing the bell, right? The bell's not ringing on its own. So yes, it obviously seems like the kid was playing in a mine, which is where her dad and her uncle kind of owned this mine. She was playing in it for some reason. Or do you gotta wonder, why was the kid playing in the mine? You know, who let the kid play in the mine? Well, irresponsible parent let her play in the mine. But she found some treasure, and it looks like some sort of Draugen or this monster was protecting the treasure, and something happened. Hello, suckers.
Lissy!
I'm up at the farm. I'm gonna meet you there. When you get there, I'm gonna be there already.
Lissy!
Because he is a miner. Hey, maybe. Someone's ringing the bell. It's probably Kimball. Ringing the bell because he wants lunch. I mean, it's probably set near Kimball. It's in Kimball land. He's probably in there. Said, "Bring me my dinner." Probably what it is. 1920s kid worked in the mines. Now they're afford as to what to do with them in half term. Well, I suppose because it's the 1920s.
Fresh graves. Do you think that maybe
No.
Betty?
I'd know.
But
You wouldn't understand. Elizabeth and I, we have a bond.
God, Edward, your obsession with her is really starting to grate.
It's his sister, of course he's obsessed.
No one's touched these since yesterday. Regardless of how they got past the boards, there's someone in there.
Who did this?
Someone who'd lost their faith.
Gone fishing?
God is not here.
Well, of course he isn't. You won't find God in a church. God is the wind in the trees, the grass between your toes, the brook that runs
That's
through.
nature, not God.
Can you peek through the boards?
Can you peek through the boards? Sort of.
See anyone?
No,
Listen! The bell! They're still in there!
There's someone still in here ringing the bell. We get around the back? No, we can't get around the back.
It must be her ringing the bell. It must be Betty.
We'll soon find out.
We'll soon find out. Yeah, okay. We'll soon find out indeed. We kick it down or something? Oh.
Hello? I heard the bell.
This is giving me
I'm
the
here to help.
heebie-jeebies.
These boards look flimsy enough to break.
Do it! You got it! You got this! Uh-oh.
Look at that. The Ethel becomes an Edward. I didn't think you had it in you, old fruit.
Be quiet.
The bell stopped though.
Betty? Are you here? Hello? This is Edward Harden. I'm looking for my sister,
Stop
Elizabeth.
shouting, Edward. We're alone. There are only ghosts here.
There are no ghosts.
I don't know about that.
Lissy, look.
So
Betty's
gloves!
gloves. They are definitely Betty's.
Oh, for
She got
Pete's
these
sake.
in Boston before she left for New York. She bought them at Woolworth. I remember the day She's here.
Where? And why would she leave her clothes lying around? It doesn't make
Breadcrumbs.
sense.
She's sending me a message. She knew I'd recognize her gloves, her hat. She's left a trail for me to follow, like Ariadne's red thread.
We're not in a labyrinth.
Betty will have left more crumbs.
Betty, you're turning into such a pill.
Jealous much?
What happened here?
The sign on the door. God is not here. Their faith was challenged, and it didn't survive.
Isn't this a fire hazard?
They're not always lit. Each candle represents a single prayer.
That's a lot of prayers.
There were a lot of deaths.
The final dinner.
The Last Supper. Who taught you about the New Testament?
I pick up on things. Most folks aren't heathens, like you.
That bell still bothers me. They considered this a sacred place. For them to destroy it. This was an act of desperation and anger.
Anger.
Jesus looks sad.
What reason would Jesus have to be happy?
Don't be blasphemous.
Given that this is all fiction, blasphemy is a contradiction.
Heretic. I've never seen you read the Bible before.
I've read the Bible many times. It's an important historical document. For he is our peace, who hath made both one, and hath broken down the middle wall of partition between us.
Did you just translate that into Old English?
I happen to know the verse by heart.
You still manage to surprise me sometimes.
So a verse that he knows by heart is underlined. What's that?
What are you doing? We're in a church.
Thought you didn't believe in God.
The church book. A record of births and deaths.
So we can find out what happened to the people in the village?
Maybe.
And, Elizabeth. I mean, if she was dead...
Her name would be in the book.
Vandals. Tore it to pieces.
I don't think the missing pages left the church. Look.
Alright, pages are all over the place. E, dead. I guess maybe it's just a letter. The dead people with the letter E, starting with the letter E, I guess, right? Versus them.
What's that?
The last sermon that was held here.
What does it say?
The vicar's handwriting is hard to decipher, and the language. He talks about the village being divided for 20 years. This sermon was held on the anniversary of the accident this past summer. He's asking the congregation to help heal old wounds, to forgive, move on. Something to the effect of, you sit in separate aisles in God's house.
Like Ruth's drawing. I told you, she was perceptive.
It sounds like Grovik was split in two, between those who stood by Johann and those who supported Frederick.
Because of Ruth?
This sermon is from before that. No, this is all about the preceding 20 years of division and disagreements.
Yeah, we don't know what split them up. Why they split their partnership in the mine.
Tilly Verandra.
Edward?
Forgive each other. It addresses Johann and Frederick directly. But I wonder if they were even here.
Remember the wedding picture? They were close friends once. How could they allow their grudge to escalate until...
You call each other traitors, but the only thing you've betrayed are the bonds that unite us. Here's something else. Many of you believe Grovik was cursed 20 years ago. God has not cursed you. This curse is of your own making.
Ruth's drawing mentioned a curse. What do you think that means?
It means they believed they were cursed, and that they needed something or someone to blame for their misfortune.
Mm-hmm. Alright, we'll go and pick up bits of paper.
How many pages are missing?
I counted 4.
They're probably all still here.
That's
I know.
one.
Let's make it a competition. 1-0 to Team Me.
There's one right there, look.
I wanted you to find that one. I know what a rotten loser you are.
Well, we found the first one as well.
Found another one. You get it. It's right here.
That one's got lots of
Just
writing on
one
it.
more page missing.
Don't fall, Lizzie.
We need to find all the pages.
Let's pull the ropes, quick.
What's this rope for?
The bell.
This is the bell we heard ringing?
I don't see any other bells.
So you have to stand here and pull this rope to ring it.
Yes.
But there was no one here. You didn't see anyone, right?
No. No one.
Ghosts. I'm telling you. It's ghosts.
Pull it.
So what happened to the hunchback of Grovik?
They must be here still. There's only the one exit.
Maybe it was the wind.
A church bell's too heavy. It can't have been the wind.
Well,
I mean... I don't know. Maybe it was the wind. There's no one here.
I don't like that sound. Please stop.
do it again. She doesn't like it. And again. And again. She's getting annoyed. Alright,
Stop it.
got one more bit of paper. I don't know if there's anything. There wasn't any out here, was there? Gotta be inside somewhere. Right. Hiding in a pocket. What was that? What's the candle?
They considered this a sacred place. For them to destroy it. This was an act of desperation and anger.
Oh. It's there. That's the first. We was there when we started.
Two for
We
two.
couldn't pick that one up when we
Good job,
started.
Teddy. Old
Stop,
bean.
Lissy.
Ah.
This is not a game. Betty's out there.
Oh, horse feathers. Stop being so gosh darn tedious, Edward. Biddy, biddy, biddy. Will you ever shut up about your precious Betty? Put those pages back in the book, and I'll stop trying to cheer you up.
This book goes back years. It lists births and deaths. Here's the third Fretland brother. The one who died in the cave-in. Someone added the word for Banelson, probably quite recently.
What does that mean again?
Curse. That word is all over this book. Not just the men who died in the mine, but other deaths in the last 20 years.
Ruth's drawing and the sermon both mentioned a curse. What do you think it means?
I don't know. There were surprisingly few births.
Perhaps they blame that on the curse as well.
Oh, look at all the curses.
Look here. Ruth Elsa Fretland. She was buried in the cemetery. And the next entry, Simon Fretland. Now this is interesting.
Simon is dead? Oh, that's dreadful.
He drowned the day after Ruth died. Probably no coincidence. See what's scribbled next to it?
Ward?
Murder.
Who killed him? Ruth's father? Or the mob that trashed the store?
It doesn't say. After the children, a half-dozen deaths in a single week.
The curse.
It's listed as the cause for every single death.
Maybe there really was a curse.
Primitive superstition. But something changed after Ruth and Simon. It might explain why there's no one around.
Edward, if it killed everyone, how's that not a curse? What does that word say? Next to those names at the bottom. For a
Traitor.
Traitor. So either murdered, curse, or traitors.
Edward? What's wrong?
The final entry. There's no name. Alice, what if...
Oh, Edward, no.
Betty,
It doesn't mean she's...
she's not dead. She can't be. I'd know.
Teddy.
I need to see the grave for myself. It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
Betty. Betty's still alive.
Teddy? Where are you going? Don't leave me!
We're going to dig up a grave.
Edward!
Come on.
I'm right here.
You better not be here, Betty. I'll never forgive you.
He's surely not going to dig up a grave.
This one, it's unmarked.
What are
gonna.
you doing? Have you gone completely mad? Edward, stop it!
It would make sense because the last entry there was no name, there was no question mark because it probably wasn't someone local, right?
Thank God.
It's not.
It's not her. It's not Betty. It's not her.
Oh, Edward. What have you done?
It's not Elizabeth. I was so afraid.
The
You're a
ghost!
monster.
But I had to be sure. If Betty...
To hell with your Betty! When did she ever shed a tear for you?
Don't talk about my baby sister like
Or
that.
what? Or what, Edward? What will you do? Ignore us? Banish us? You've spent your entire life chasing. When are you going to do something useful with what's left of it?
Quiet! Just... leave me be.
Fine.
Wait,
Lizzie?
what?
Alice? Come back. Don't leave me alone. Please. Come back. I need you.
Is she not real? I guess Lizzie is just in his head. So I'm guessing she's not real, and he's just like someone in his head. He's a little bit nutty, this guy. I mean, he's a little bit cuckoo, right?
Lizzie? Where are you?
I mean, it would explain a few things. Because I mean, she was obviously around talking, and she was talking to her and stuff, but she never did any. She never picked anything up. Like, you've noticed when she was in the church, when she was finding a piece of papers, it's like, you pick that up, and she wouldn't. She never touches anything, right? Because she's not real. It's a ghost, right? Yeah. Where we going, mate? Oh, where's this go? That doesn't look like it's a good place to go. Or is it? I reckon she's probably some figment of his imagination that he's created to, you know. Fuck it, let's have a look this way. This looks like there's a path here. Let's have a look. If the game doesn't want us to go there, it'll block it. It will stop us from walking there, right? Oh, it goes around to where the body was. So he did, like, he did bury the dude that was hanging. The annoyance is gone. I'm sure she'll be back. Maybe. Yeah, so your character came here looking for his little sister, right? His little sister had a letter from someone saying she had sent him a letter saying she was coming here, and he sent a letter to someone that lived here and was going to meet them and try to find out what happened to her, right? When you get here, no one's here. I did wonder. I thought the kid was going to be his. Oh, come on! You telling me we can't climb down? We ran all the way down here, and you can't climb down the rock. No, we gotta go all the way back up. I thought I don't know who that was. I thought maybe it was his daughter or something, but I guess not. Maybe we'll probably find out who it is. But he kept calling her two different names. He was calling her Lizzie and also calling her Alice, right? Which one was her actual name? I mean, Lizzie is often the name, like a shortened version of Elizabeth, which is his sister's name, right? So there could be something to do with that. Call of Duty? Call of Duty. Oh, there she is.
I was afraid you'd left me. Now listen to me. No! Lissy!
Yeah, she's not real, right?
Lissy. Hey. Lissy, please listen to me. I didn't mean what I said.
Of course you meant it. Everything's always about Betty. Betty.
I care about you both.
Until it really matters. Then it's obvious who matters more.
I thought she was dead.
I wish she was!
Don't.
What?
You deserve to be alone.
Come back here.
Alice? Alice, please.
Come back here.
Please, talk to me.
What's there to talk about?
You can't keep running away from me.
You think you own me? That you control me? That you get to decide how I feel and what I do every minute of every day? That I'm your puppet, your little plaything? Well, fuck you, Edward Charles Harden! I never should have come here with you on this pointless chase!
Now, be reasonable.
What is going on? We're taking a bit of a weird turn. Oh, whoa.
Alice, what are you doing?
What I should have done years ago. Maybe now you'll learn to appreciate us.
Now listen to me. Please, listen. Hear me out. Don't do this. You can't do this to me. I need you. I'm not
can't
home
select any
without
of these
you.
options.
I can't lose you.
What's she gonna do?
I can't live without you. Don't, please, don't, no. What? No!
What?
Oh, Alice. What have you done? Please, be all right. Please, don't.
You make me sick, Edward.
What?
Your mother and father would be ashamed. Elizabeth would be ashamed. They did not think you deserved their love, so they abandoned you.
Don't.
Oh, my child. We are all that you have,
Weeping angels.
and we love you. We are here. With us, you are never alone. Do not forget.
Do not look away.
Never. Never. I never forget. I am never alone.
The hell? The fuck just happened? It definitely were weeping angels. He must have blinked
Wake
when he
up,
got closer.
Edward.
Wait, what? It's back.
Stop hiding. Where you go, we go, Edward. You cannot hide from us.
Where's Lissy?
Alice is not here.
Bring her back. Please. I need her.
Alice does not love Elizabeth like you do.
She loves me.
Not like I do, Edward.
I'm so tired. Please.
What do you want?
I think of you so often. You have no idea.
You just want me to forgive you so that we can keep looking for your precious, perfect Betty.
She needs us.
She never needed you, Teddy Bear. And she certainly doesn't need us.
I can't find her on my own.
Well, it's just too bad, my darling Edward. Because we're done playing second fiddle to little sis.
Wait, don't go. I'm talking to you, Lissy.
We gotta give me treasure, look for the meds. Yes, FFG, it looked like it was gonna be normal. Of course. Not normal. I mean, up until that point, FFG, it was a lovely, you know, kind of stroll in the woods. But yeah, it went a bit weird. That's not a bad thing, is it? That's a good thing. Weird is good, but
Please. Lissy, listen. You can't keep vanishing on me.
Try me.
Why are you so angry?
You do not know anger, Edward.
Did you ever meet my father?
Alice does not want to speak with you.
And what about you? Are you going to help me?
God helps those.
our head's
who help
turning. Is that a look?
themselves.
I don't need God's help. I need Lissy.
Do you, though? Did you ever?
What? Of course,
What? I mean, like, what? Oh.
Alice, hear me out. Don't go. I depend on you both.
You can never depend on other people, Edward.
I'm not sure you count as other people.
Everyone leaves, one way or another.
You don't. You can't.
Is that a challenge?
Stop playing games.
Are you ordering me, teddy bear?
I'm asking you.
Didn't your father always tell you to stand up for yourself? To be a real man and not a sissy? Maybe that's why he put the gun to his head and pulled the trigger. Kaboom! He was so disappointed about what his only son had turned into.
You're a monster.
Takes one to know one. Old fruit.
Lissy? Lissy!
Going upstairs.
Lissy, get back here. I gave you this jacket. Betty!
Eddie's jacket. I wasn't there before, was there?
You were here.
Oh, come on.
Alice, be reasonable. I'm trying to talk to you. Lissy, I'm tired of chasing you. Lissy, look. Her jacket. I'm sure it wasn't here yesterday, which
Jesus
means
Christ,
Betty was
Teddy.
here. Perhaps when we were out yesterday.
Betty
She must
bit.
have...
Betty.
Whoa.
You love Betty more than you love us. But don't you see? What has Betty done that we haven't? What can she do that we cannot? We've always been there for you. Why do you keep looking for her?
She's real. You're not.
So?
What? You decide what is real. We are real to you.
We'll never be the same.
She does not want you.
Who are you talking
Why
about?
do you think Betty left? She was sick and tired of us. She wanted to escape.
Like Mother.
Drowning herself because she couldn't stand being around us.
Like Father.
Bang! Right in the coconut.
Stop.
You drive them all away, Edward. All into death.
Not us. We're always here for
I
you.
beg you.
You are never alone.
Stop! Leave me alone, both of you!
You want to be alone?
You really want to be alone?
No.
Fine. you alone.
Good.
No!
Lissy.
Okay. Is this door open yet? I gotta find a key for this, right? That was a little bit odd. Whatever the hell just happened there, that last 10 minutes was really, really weird. That was really, really odd. I was going to put a coat downstairs. We have to rest.
Come back. Please. Don't leave me.
You asked for it, son. Your fault.
I lied. I don't want you to leave me alone.
There you go. It looks just like a picture now. Gloves, scarf, hat. Lovely. Oh. That was weird. Right? Just a little bit. He's passed out. Having a nap. Oh, noises. Someone's out. Someone's there.
Betty? Elizabeth? Is that you?
Now we know it's not Lizzie because she can't touch stuff because she's not real.
Are you upstairs? Betty, I'm coming. I knew you were here.
I was in the room at the back that was locked. So someone's in that locked room.
Wait there. I'm on my way. They didn't believe me, but I knew you were still here.
It's a raccoon!
Betty? Betty! Are you in there? Open the door! I'm coming in! Stand away from the door!
It was a... Yeah, I'm sure it was a bird. Oh!
Betty? No! No, 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 no! Oh. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
It's the wife.
I thought it was you, Betty.
It's
who?
the wife.
Anna. It's from Johann, addressed to his wife. Did you notice the handwriting, Betty? He was clearly distraught. Knock ere knock. Enough is enough. After decades of strife, I pray that God will... Tilly, forgive me. I am tired of secrets. For 20 years, I've kept my silence about our discovery, but my silence has only led to misfortune, and my cowardice has only led to death. I will make Frederick pay for what he has done to us, for what they have done to our Ruth.
Oh.
When it is over, I will let the ocean take me to you and Ruth. May God forgive me. Anna was already dead when he wrote this. He had no one else to confess to. What now, Betty? Johann went to confront his brother, probably at Frederick's farm. And then?
The mine? Probably the mine. Gotta be the mine. And this is like now he was always talking to like Lizzie and like as if she was there all the time, but now Lizzie's gone, he's talking to Betty all the time, so he's obviously got a couple of screws loose, this guy, right?
You said this was a gift from another unlucky suitor. It was precious to you. You wouldn't have left it here unless... A signpost. A breadcrumb. You followed Johann to Frederick Fretland's farm, and then to the mine. You wouldn't let this go, Betty. You'd follow your story to the end. All the way to the end.
Alright. So the farm is where we are now. So we're off to the mine, I guess.
So where is Frederick's farm?
I thought this was the farm. I mean, the mine is that way. I thought this was the farm.
Gate. Frederick's warning. The path leads to his farm.
Oh, I thought that was the gate. We was kind of thinking that was the gate towards the mine, but...
The farm is on the way to the mine.
Ah,
Isn't
okay.
that so, Betty? Are you still at the farm? Or did you go all the way to the mine? I need to see what you saw. Follow your story. The red thread you left for me.
Betty?
The crow.
What led you to this place?
Go! It wouldn't climb over it earlier, but now...
All these fragments. You'd piece them together into a story, wouldn't you, Betty? So, what do we know? Johann and Frederick are partners, and on good terms. Something happens in the mine. Disagreements lead to a falling out.
Very foggy,
And at the
right?
end of it all,
Very, very foggy.
years later, Johann walks this path to confront Frederick. Was this your doing, Johann? Did you burn your brother's farm to the ground? And where were you, Betty? Did you witness their fall?
Safe. We haven't got a combination, have we?
What do you reckon, Betty?
Mine opening. Oh, it's the date for the opening of the mine, maybe. Right, we gotta find another date somewhere, I guess. You can't like freely open it, so you've got to find a date, something written down. Hello, Lawson. Oh, maybe some dates of when's... Okay, dates of death. Okay, so Margaret and the missus. So it could be that. It could be it. Got a kid. Not really puzzles as such.
Simon's grave. Born December 5th, 1909. Died September 17th, 1923. The safe. Frederick would choose numbers that meant something to him. Why bury Simon here and not at the cemetery? His wife's grave is also here. Perhaps Frederick wanted nothing to do with the church, or with their god. I could really use your imagination, Betty. You'd figure this out in no time.
Just try the dates, man. Just put the dates in as the combinations. One of them is probably going to be right. Wait, how far apart? How far after the son did the mom die? So 5th of the 12th, 17th of the 9th. Just a couple of months later. Although she died on his birthday. She died on his birthday, right? So hang on, she died the day he was born. Wait, hang on. So Margaret died the day he was born, like 5/12/1909, right? Which is when he was born. 5/12/1909. So it looked like it. Although that's kind of weird then, because this is supposed to be this. I thought they grew up together, the kids, and I thought she was a. That's got to be the date, right? It's got to be that date. The combination's got to be that date. It's got to be. Hello, Captain Dragon Scales.
Let's try Simon's birthday.
Happy gaming, Captain Dragon Scales. Ah, it had to be, didn't it? It had to be.
Another Viking artifact, Betty. Most likely from the same treasure Ruth found. Postmarked in Boston. That's a curious coincidence. Dear Frederick, I hope this letter... It's in English, Betty. Hope this letter finds you and the boy in good health. We're concerned about you both. No word from you for almost 2 years now. All of us still heartbroken about Margaret's passing. We know things have been difficult for you and Simon. Mr. Fretland, we expect you to take care of this problem. If the discovery is made public, the authorities will intervene and the mine will be shut down. Should this happen, we will consider it a breach of our contract, and we will withdraw our investment. You and your brother will be responsible for all debts and losses. Johann must be convinced to wall up the chamber.
Okay.
We've already dealt with the worker who made the discovery.
Right, so they found obviously something in the mine. This bank here is obviously invested in the mine and wanted to brick up the discovery so no one can ever find out about it. And that's probably why the brothers split up, right? Why he broke away.
Fretland Mining Company.
Oh!
I wonder what this unlocks.
Let's go to the mine!
You went to the mine. I hope our guardian angel watched over you. All right, Betty. So what happens next in your story?
What was unearthed? Discovery what was unearthed to cause an avalanche of misfortune or argument? What triggered such a bitter disagreement between brothers? Discovery.
Johann and Frederick discover something in the mine. A cave or chamber of archaeological value. They argue about what to do. If the discovery is made public, it's the end of their enterprise. Johann is convinced or paid to walk away. Their secret stays hidden. Then, a few months later, the accident. 3 men die. The investors pull out. The mine shuts down. Frederick's up to his neck in debt.
Fretland Mining Company, that's what the key's for that door. Betty probably coming this way. If
So-
Betty is real.
20 years pass.
Did you imagine Curse became a crutch for all their misfortunes, casting a long shadow of every life in Gravik? Or the feud grew and festered in the cold belly of Gravik, Kentra's beast. We'll go with Curse, of course.
Frontland feud
Gotta
tears
go
the
with
village
corpse.
apart, setting neighbor against neighbor.
We gotta stick with
And
the
then-
Curse.
Ruth stumbles across the secret in the mine. After all this time, the truth may finally come to light, but she dies. And the day after, Simon is murdered.
Simon's murdered the very next day. We're going. I don't think you want to go into the mine.
Catalyst. Old grievances resurface. No matter who you stand with, you're a traitor. Things escalate. More people die. From disease, despair, suicides, murder.
I want the Weeping Angels to come back. Because they were awesome. It reminds me so much of old Doctor Who. Good old Doctor.
All because of the mine. Because of what they found there. And what they covered up.
We're gonna go see what they found. I
There
guess.
was no one to stop it, Betty. They were alone. That's the real curse of Grovik. Isolation.
Isolation. There we go.
This place is cursed. Ridiculous.
The doll's head.
Ruth was here the day she fell.
I'm looking for something that was never there. Is there truth here that I haven't grasped? What am I truly searching for? Look at Betty.
You were here, Betty. You saw Ruth. Maybe you tried to help, but she ran all the way to the cliff where... Do you know what happened, Betty? Did you witness it?
It's open!
Hello? Betty, are you in there? Please answer me.
I don't want to go into scary.
Betty?
It's a bit dark.
Hello?
Hey, we got a lighter. That really is a lot of help. Right.
Betty, are you here?
Did he find the belly button fluff? No.
Betty! Call out if you can hear me. Betty?
Oh, Betty.
It's a brooch.
This is Mother's brooch. You always wore this. You wouldn't take it off unless... You left it here for a reason.
Breadcrumbs.
What am I not seeing?
What is in there? The bricked up room. You knew something was going to come out, right? That was a jump scare waiting to happen. Uh-oh. Oh shit. You knew it, right? You did. Yes, Puffy. It was kind of inevitable. It's like, damn it, like you're looking into a big black hole. There's something's gonna happen. If If it caved in behind us, we're never going to find out what was in there. Oh, man.
Edward! Edward!
Betty? Elizabeth? Is that you?
Edward?
I tell you what, though.
I'm
I
on
mean,
my way, Betty.
there are probably plenty of people that probably played this game and streamed it that had a huge big shouts and screams right at that moment, no matter how, because of how, even though it was so obvious, because, you know,
I'm here, Betty.
you gotta scream for the peoples, right? It's good, it's very weird. It's like, it was, let's just say, it was great. When we had the twist happened, where Lizzie kind of, showed her real self, it was very, very curious, wasn't it? Very surprising. Gotta scream for them views! Well, we missed the opportunity now. Damn it. I missed it. We can't go back and do it again.
Stay where you are. I'm coming.
We can't go back and do it again.
I'm on my way.
As we're coming out now of mine.
Stay put, Betty. I'm coming for you.
There's the burnt down
Betty?
farm.
Edward? Hurry up! Edward,
Betty!
please! Hurry!
I'm coming, Betty. Elizabeth?
It's gonna be a ghost, isn't it? She's gonna be dead. We're just... It's gotta be. This is not.
I'm on my way.
Edward!
I'm almost there.
She's up by the house. Or does that... The sound is coming from up by the house, I should say.
Don't move. I'm coming for you. I'm here, Betty. It's Edward. It's me. Just stay put. I can hear you. Hold on. I'm almost there.
Is she up
Stay
there?
put, Betty. I'm coming for you.
Come on in the house. You can breathe when walking after the game. All of a sudden, yeah. I mean, he's moving with purpose, right? So.
Hurry!
I'm coming.
What is going to happen when we go in here?
Edward, is that you? I'm in here.
Thank God.
Let's go this way.
Thank God.
You're here. You're inside the house. Isn't that right, Betty? You're finally here. You're here. You're inside the house.
What?
Elizabeth. There you are. Finally.
What?
You have no idea how long I've been looking for you. You had me so worried.
The fuck? He knows Elizabeth so well, every part of her are clothes. She's complete and she's here. He found her, or it's her. He knows it's Betty. He knows her so well. His scarf, her hat, her gloves. It's all there. What the?
Look. Your brooch. Mother's brooch. You must have lost it at the mine. Let me put it on for you, Betty. I wouldn't want you to lose it again.
The fuck?
She's been dead for 30 years, Edward. Elizabeth was never here. But we didn't come for her. We came for Johann, and Anna, and Frederick, and Simon, and Ruth. We're here to tell their stories.
No. Elizabeth. She's here.
You know Betty died when she was a baby. She drowned in the pond. And you found her. You were just 11. You carried her to your mother. And your mother...
She hated you for that.
She could never forgive you for bringing her baby to her. And you could never forgive yourself for what she did after. You always forget this. Because you don't want to be alone. So you bring Betty back. Again and again. To New York. To Boston. To the house. But always just out of reach. Never quite there. The scent of her. The echo of her. But never really her. And all it does is make you lonelier. But the thing is, Edward, you're never alone.
You have us.
And you'll always have us. Betty's... She was never there for you. She couldn't be. You can't lose us. We're a part of you.
Forever. And ever. And ever.
But you need to let Betty go now. There's not room for all of us in there.
I couldn't save you, Elizabeth. I'm so sorry.
Is that a picture of them? If it's obviously not your sister. My biggest fan. Best wishes. Greta Gaynor.
It is as painful to wake from a vision as it is to be born anew.
Interesting. Some interesting twists going on here. D6. I kind of want the two. I mean, Lizzie and the statue, the angel. He's what they're supposed to represent. If you know what I mean. Mirror it again. We got to do it. He's got some Harry Potter glasses going on.
Goodbye, Betty.
Bye, Betty. Bye, Betty. Representing the subconscious. Quite frankly, I think the bloke he's a bit mental, isn't he? I mean, I can understand Lizzie, but the angel is a bit, you know. Oh, come on, mate. Let's carve it up. Stick it on the stove. Have some meat for our journey.
Had your noodle juice yet?
I might be weaned off the stuff.
Boo. Don't lose your taste for tea, old fruit. It keeps you human.
Noodle juice.
We have unfinished business.
We do?
The final piece of the puzzle.
Ruth.
Come on. Let's go back to where it started. We have an appointment with a ghost.
Lizzie. Nothing.
Nothing. I've been eating in 6 days. Yeah, that's you gotta have it.
View, isn't it? And the air. Ugh. Boy, that sure is something.
What did you want to show me?
Come sit down.
Do we really want to sit down here? Gonna push us off the edge. Wait, she's not real. She can't push us off the edge.
Why did we come here, Teddy?
To Grovik. Well,
He was drawn here as this place isn't ever real weight to it. Elizabeth's maybe a spectre, he thinks, but she still holds power over me. What if he thinks the answer is simple and logical, a conversation in a public place? Look at Garlic.
some places have gravity.
What are you saying? Gravewick's gravity pulled us across the Atlantic Ocean?
Grovik. No, I'm not saying that. That's irrational.
But you believe it, don't you? That we were summoned to tell their story.
The letter to Frederick.
The one you found in his safe. From Boston.
I may have overheard a conversation somewhere, paid it no attention, but the name stuck. And Betty... And I spun a story around it that put us on this path.
Do you really believe that? I mean, how often are you around people?
To find my sister.
But Betty's not. She was never here. It doesn't make sense.
I'm a man of science. I don't know what to believe.
And yet, here we are. All three of us.
Is this what you wanted to show me?
I wanted to be close to her.
Yeah, I mean, it's an
You believe in
adventure, so
ghosts,
yes.
Edward?
You know I don't.
Well, you've been chasing one for years.
That's different.
What about me? Us.
You're not ghosts, you're alive.
Fair enough. So what really happened to Ruth?
It's an adventure, so you can't go absolutely anywhere. You're tied within the specific area, of the map of the game. We think she's murdered. We'll go with that.
She was probably murdered.
By Simon?
I don't think it was Simon.
No, I don't believe it was Simon.
Then who? Frederick? The hanged man? Someone else?
Does it matter?
Maybe not. So she ran from the mine. And she came here. And then someone pushed her? If only she had wings. Like a bluebird. She could have soared away on autumn winds. But why was she killed?
Yes. Captain Records, the story is good, yes. Mine, treasure. Edward thinks the roof's treasure ancient things. A value to her but cursed, if that was the right word. But a history she was unaware of. The mine he knows was dangerous and not just literally. It represented something more and it held many secrets many wanted buried.
Because she was playing where she shouldn't.
The secret the Fretlands had kept for a generation. If people learn the truth, it might tear the community apart. So she was murdered, and the village was cursed. I hope she's at peace. And with God. Do you think that's where everyone's gone?
Edward believes there's always darkness after death, but strange it may seem, Alice has her own beliefs, and it feels almost cruel to deny her those. He has no faith in an afterlife. He saw into his mother's dead eyes. He saw the gunshot wound on his father's head. He knew, even then, that heaven was a lie. Yeah, so it was very good. I mean, it's written very well. I mean, the writer is the same guy that wrote like The Longest Journey, Dreamfall, like the Dreamfall chapters. They've got it's all excellently written. Mr. Dragon, Captain Dragon Scales.
They're dead. I don't believe there's anything more to it than that. But there's comfort in oblivion, and we won't be alone. We'll never know what happened to everyone in Grovik.
We tried our best. We'll remember them. All of them. Maybe that will give them some peace in oblivion. Could this be your book, Edward? The one you've been wanting to write? A story about people who are isolated, left behind by the world.
Could be.
You can give them all a proper ending, with no annoying loose threads. Edward, is that...
Our boat? But how?
Coming back.
Who cares? Let's catch it before it sets out on another adventure.
I don't understand how this can be.
Draugen got tired of sailing around in it and brought it back to us.
It must have been the wind.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, teddy bear. Let's blouse while the weather's still good.
I need my suitcase.
So get a wiggle on, old boy. I'm going to say my goodbyes to all the things. I don't think we'll be back. Meet you at the house.
No, wait.
My goodness.
Stop doing that.
Righty-ho. No rush. We have all day.
We got all day to say goodbye to all the things. To all of the things. We get to say goodbye. All the bloodstains. All of the things. Taking the pretty views. Although, yeah, there's not much of a pretty view in here. Take a nice leisurely stroll. I mean, when we started the game and he's walking up the hill, he was having to stop and rest every like 10 seconds. Now, he can actually make it the whole way. I wonder if he's going to be as tired walking down with his suitcase. Child murderer! Yes! I still don't know quite who did it, but that's okay.
What a beautiful day. Oh, look at that. The ground's finally dried up. Really is lovely here.
I think he wants to stay here. Evers.
The wind and the ocean are like music.
Are you talking to yourself again?
Always.
Come on, Teddy. Pack your things. I'll meet you by the boat.
Do you never sit still?
Don't be a wet blanket. Let's make like the wind and get out of here.
Make like the wind and get out of here. Did we really take this? I would say this is probably a bad idea, right? To take that with us. But we're gonna do it. It is for us to time, but it's too late now. We can't take it back out. It's okay. We got Lizzie. Lizzie will help us. She will keep us safe. Is that a big slab of meat still chilling there waiting for us to eat? We have one last look at it. There it is. He hasn't eaten for days. And he's just about to get on a boat. He's not going to eat for days. Just pick the knife up and just slice a little bit off. That's all he's got to do.
I think I'll miss this place.
He's eager, look, he's waiting.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go. Row, Teddy, row. The water's still cold.
It's a fjord, Lissy, and it's almost winter.
There'll There'll be snow when we get back to Hanover.
The house will be warm.
Are we going to be all right, Edward?
I think so.
Where's the weeping angel? Come on, weeping angel, save us. That's very cool. I mean, it's a very interesting story. I mean, there's some nice twists in there that totally wasn't expected. Totally wasn't expected. Yeah, it's relatively short, but it's also it's not like a full price. It's not like a AAA full price game. We got $20, $25. But I mean, presentation wise, it is very, very top notch. What was in the mine? We don't know. We don't know. We don't know, FFG. We don't know what caused it all at the start. We've left now, so the crow can come back and he can just carry on as if we were never there, right? Totally carry on as if we weren't ever in the place. I mean, it's definitely a lot shorter than Red Fred's previous games. I mean, the previous games have done a more classic sort of point and click adventures, and they're run a bit longer. But it was very good. Is he ever going to get there to his destination? We're going to be hearing him rowing forever. She's still humming. There it is. Edward and Alice will return. Ooh. 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 It will return.